what are we doing?
Well, what we're trying to do is we're bringing awareness. And
Right,
we're
okay.
going to get to Elon Musk, and we're
Right.
going to hopefully ask Elon to help us create or build on his technology that he already has, an accessible, universal accessible vehicle.
Right.
So they're having a conference in DC, so they called me up and asked me, could I get him transportation since I'm a member? And they're having another conference here in Pittsburgh. And I said, yeah, I got some connections in DC. So that's how this got started.
Okay.
So he started to tell me, he said, well, we have a meeting with the VA. And I said, you know what? This is a great opportunity. I'm going to come down there and provide services in my Tesla. I'm going to have it dressed up.
Right.
And we're going to show what we have. So if we get this notoriety, if people start seeing what I'm doing, whether it's Ford, Chrysler, Mercedes, who knows?
Right.
Maybe someone's going to say, this guy's got a great idea.
Right.
This is going to create a lot of good opportunities for veterans.
Right.
This is compassion too. We have a 2012 MV1. Mobility Ventures built this vehicle in Mishawaka, Indiana, at the Hummer plant, which they build the MV1. They build the Hummer for the military, and that's the factory that produces the MV1. The MV1 is an accessible vehicle. It has a ramp. Just push the button. There's an electric ramp that comes out. You have about 5 feet, 4.5 to 5 feet. You have about 36 inches of width. The vehicle was designed from the London Taxi. The London Taxi was a car that was brought to America. Star Limousine bought 5 of them, put them into its limousine division. We got such a great response from those vehicles, especially when it came to doing people with disabilities or any type of mobility issues. Those vehicles were readily available for anybody to be able to use. This vehicle is universal. It was built from the ground up. Unfortunately, they're no longer in business. Now we have to take this concept and we're going to try to put this concept on this vehicle. So what we have is we have a vehicle built in America. It's powered by natural gas. So again, American fuel. And then obviously we have veterans that are drivers or family members of drivers. So we have the American-made vehicle, American fuel, and a veteran driver. So over here, we have the Tesla Model X. Tesla Model X, conceptually, looks a lot like this. However, there's a lot of design that needs to be done on this vehicle in order for it to make it a universal vehicle. Let's start from the very beginning. This is powered by batteries. So there's no gasoline, there's no fuel at all in this vehicle. And the only difference between this and this is a few modifications that would need to be done on this vehicle. If you take this chassis, this body off of this chassis, you'll have a ground level chassis that you can put a body on top of. You could do the same thing with this. The difference with this vehicle is, obviously, it's got the Falcon Wing doors. So, in reality, if you have the height, maybe minus 6 inches or so, and you need about another 6 or 8 inches width in order to get the same type of space to get in and out of the vehicle. Now, what we do in conversion, we cut the car here, we put a piece in there, and we move it back. Sometimes we take the seats out, and then we utilize the ones in the rear. So, in actuality, you could maybe put the whole package together and just by putting a ramp here and removing that seat over there, and then you'd have the same type of vehicle that you have here. So what I'm trying to accomplish is I'm trying to get Elon Musk to say, hey, you know, we could probably get somewhat of an alter on this vehicle to make it operational simply as that vehicle. And that's what we really need, since they don't make that vehicle anymore. You want to remove the symbol as it's portrayed on this vehicle, because people that want to go to the airport and military veterans, stating that there's a lot of people that will bypass the cab stand and bypass the VETaxi to get into maybe a yellow cab or a people's cab instead of this, because they don't want to take away from the person that really needs this vehicle, which would be a person with a disability or a veteran. Let me give you an example. You're a businessman coming out of the Sheraton, right?
Yeah.
And there's a line of cabs there. You got a VETaxi, yellow cab, checker cab.
Yep.
So when you're a you want to go to the airport, so you walk around the VETaxi because you think it's there for a veteran, or you think it's there for a person with a handicap because it's got a sticker on it.
Right.
So you go and get the other one. That's really not the case. So a universal vehicle is we're going to take the sticker off.
I agree with you.
And we're going to have the ramp under there.
I could see
it'll
the
look just like this.
misinterpretation. Yeah.
It'll look just like this,
Yeah.
but it'll service everybody.
So you're losing customers by those stickers
our
before?
Our vets are
Yeah.
losing customers,
Yeah, okay.
but not because they, don't want to go with the vet. They're doing it because they think it's for a vet,
I
or
understand.
they think it's for
I
somebody with a
agree with you. I
disability.
would think the same thing. So I think that move is a good move.
So the universal freedom part of the whole concept is what I'm trying to bring awareness to.
Okay.
What I would like to do is introduce Chad from Wheel Connection. We donated the wheels for my Freedom Ride Across America. Chad, thank you so much.
Anytime.
You've been a great supporter of mine even before this happened, and I'm so glad that you stood up and really helped me pull this together.
Anytime.
Thanks so much, buddy.
Anytime. It's for a great cause. We love doing our part.
Thank you very much.
Look at that technology, and so why can't we harness it for the betterment of what you're doing and trying to do, and that is create jobs, create opportunities for veterans specifically, but also to have a quality of transportation, public transportation for all people that are concerned. People with handicaps, so that they're not trying to find a ride someplace, that it's already there, that all they have to do is pick up a phone or wave down a vehicle, a VETaxi as such, or as it morphs maybe into Uber or Lyft, and so that they have the capability and compassion to be able to service all people. Your whole idea about bringing it into the 22nd century or whatever it is, and using the technology to be able to create a vehicle that is usable by all people, and is technology driven, and is American driven, and has American energy, that on an electrical platform, and that gives American heroes the opportunity to create a life for themselves, but more importantly, a entrepreneurial business aspect in which they can build and create whatever it is in an industry that needs support and is changing. And so we've been together since you came up with this crazy idea 8 years ago. So, and I was very fortunate, and thank you for asking me to be involved. But I believe in what you're doing. To see where you've brought it now over these last 8 years, and your vision hasn't stopped, and where you want it to go. So we just got to get some attention to the right people out there, and so that's part of this story of being able to make them aware of what you have to offer, where the industry is going, the impact that they can have, not only in an industry, but on individual lives. And so it's a win-win situation. So we're in it for the long haul.